This is Dr. and welcome to its Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Friday, June 21st, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Friday Night SmackDown, but I'm not alone. Joining me for this review is none other than Michael 101591.
Hola, amigos. How y'all doing?
We had quite the SmackDown. Let's kick things off talking about the long-awaited debut of Jacob Fatu. It was long rumored that Jacob Fatu would be joining the WWE and joining the Bloodline. But he didn't debut right away. Tonga debuted, then Carmelo, and now tonight, finally, Jacob Fatu debuted. And he pretty much took out Cody Rhodes. And let me see, Io says, finally, Jacob is here. Yes, finally. It's about time. We had been awaiting his debut. The main event was Cody Rhodes versus Sikoa, which didn't even have a finish because, the Tama Tonga and Carmelo got involved. But this led to that. So prior to Jacob Fatu appearing, Sikoa was pleading with Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes to, not attack him and stuff. Let me see. GM Nickel, this guy has work cut out for him big time. Yeah. Daniel says, wow, Jacob Fatu is here. And I thought we would get more of the White Six. Jacob Fatu is going to place us in WWE. He probably is. Oh. And, this shot of him taking out, Cody Rhodes, this is an epic shot. I really like this.
That's a good shot there.
Yeah. And this is the aftermath. And of course,
Cody Rhodes all laid out.
Yeah. He joined forces with the Bloodline. So
that shot there was great.
Yeah. I agree. This is a really great shot. What I ultimately think this is leading to, I think this is
I'm Michael Chow now.
Oh, my bad. That's the old one. Sorry.
Sorry, Michael, if you're watching.
What I ultimately think this is leading to is Survivor Series War Games. It's going to be the original Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0.
Oh, yes. And Roman Reigns is going to be coming back as a babyface. He's going to be a huge babyface when he returns.
I agree. I think he's finally going to be that babyface. He's going to get that pop that WWE wanted him to get so many years ago.
Yeah, now ever since, he lost at WrestleMania, now the crowd really wants him to come back already. We got a chance of rewind Roman. They want to see Roman.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you remember, a few years back, this is when people were booing the hell out of this guy, and now they really love this guy. For the work that he's done, being the tribal chief, and creating the whole bloodline.
I said that Roman pop will be earth-shaking. I definitely think we are going to be getting a Bloodline Civil War 2 in War Games. 100% agree with you today. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for agreeing with me. All right, but that's not the only thing that happened tonight.
And the whole Jacob Fatu thing, I thought was great. I think, in the 5-10 minutes that he debuted here tonight, he made a whatchamacallit?
An impact?
An impact in his 5-10 minutes right here on SmackDown.
I agree. They certainly made him look like a monster. He dominated everybody. I'm very curious to see what he brings to the Bloodline.
And he's a beast, from what we saw. And I thought that he would debut after Tama Tonga. A lot of people were speculating that, but we got, Tom Leoa.
I love the whole wrestling world support for Jacob. Yeah, I thought he was going to debut after Tama Tonga, but we got Tongaloa,
yeah.
Yeah. But that's not the only thing that happened tonight. So as we all know, CM Punk started the show. And the whole point of let me see, I wonder if Jacob Fatu's music would be I'm Bad Man. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. And the whole point of the opening segment was that he was basically, in a way, mocking Drew McIntyre. He talked about July 17, 2011, which was when he won the WWE title at Money in the Bank, and stuff like that. And he also mentions how Drew McIntyre prayed for bad things to happen, and stuff like that. But this whole, I know that wasn't the entire opening segment. We'll get back to it. But that I bring up that because Drew McIntyre showed up and he attacked CM Punk. I mean, homie got wheeled out on a stretcher here.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
That's a good shot there. But, this is, once again, Punk being kept off of TV.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if it's going to get cleared before SummerSlam, because I feel like this is what this is going to. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk.
Yeah, we're definitely got to get this at SummerSlam.
I think so too. Now, Drew McIntyre did take something from CM Punk, but was it like his keys or something?
No, it was Punk's bracelet.
Oh, Punk's bracelet. That's what it was. Okay, yeah, he put it in his pocket. So, I knew this was going to happen. I knew he was going to show up to Chicago and beat the tar out of Punk. But I thought he was going to do it out in the ring. Instead, he did it backstage.
Yeah, the so-called he quits when he came out on Monday Night Raw saying that. But, of course, this was just him, since Punk was saying, I'm not going to be at Raw. I'm going to be in Chicago for SmackDown. And as that's gave what Drew McIntyre to say, I'm sick of this company. I quit. It's just for him to go to SmackDown.
It had AJ and Larry Dog's names on the bracelet. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. It says, I'd keep Jacob for 2 undefeated and have him beat whoever has the United States Championship at Mania 40.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that is a good idea. But overall, I really dug this whole Drew McIntyre beating up CM Punk stuff, just like I thought the Jacob Fatu. I thought those were 2 really great aspects of the show.
I agree. I like that we got color for, Punk, being busted open. I mean, they're doing a great job building towards this Drew McIntyre and, Punk, matchup that we're possibly going to get at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree. I've been enjoying the build. All right, so let's go back to the opening segment, which, like I said, we only talked about the first half of that. We didn't talk about the second half. So in the second half of the opening segment, Paul Heyman goes out there, and basically, I really like the fact that they hug, because as we all know, CM Punk was a Paul Heyman guy.
Yes, it was kind of like a reunion for the both of them, which I liked.
Same. I liked it too. Paul Heyman, man, he was like, take me with you.
Because he knows he doesn't want to get beat down by Sikoa and, Tama Tonga and Tama Leoa.
Yeah, but the whole point of this was the fact that Sikoa was upset that Chicago's Punk's town when he wants Chicago to be his town. And Cody comes out, KO and Orton come out. And you know where I think this is going, player? Holla. I think we're going to get a 6-man. I think we're going to get a 6-man tag match at Money in the Bank. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Tama Tonga, Tama Loa, and Sikoa.
Yeah, of course. Do I care? No.
I feel like they probably should have waited till Money in the Bank to debut Jacob Fatu and help them win, but I didn't mind his debut tonight.
Same with me. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. And so this also, you know how this goes. Opening segment sets up a match. Cody Rhodes challenging Sikoa.
Typical WWE 101.
To a match. Yeah. This is after that match. Orton, Cody setting up their match at SummerSlam. I could see that. So you get Jade, Cargill, and Bianca Belair, and basically the whole point of this is, I feel like the whole point of this is that basically Jade Cargill's going to talk to Nick Aldis about getting their rematch for the tag titles.
I don't care. I really don't. The women's tag team titles, they need to get rid of them. They need to retire the belts, because those belts, they don't matter. I mean, they don't have a lot of women's tag teams.
Yeah, they have a few. But it's because they lost a few teams too.
I mean, the only women that I have to say were, good women's tag team champions were Sasha and Bayley, or Mercedes.
Hey, you put some respect on the Iconics.
Oh yeah, the Iconics as well.
So we get the first Money in the Bank women's qualifier. It's Bianca Belair versus Michin versus Chelsea Green. I really like the spot where Bianca Belair and Michin were just like double teaming Chelsea Green here. Chelsea Green, like, she's so incredible at what she does. She maximizes every minute that she's given. Like, she's just really good.
Yeah, I like Chelsea. I think she's good in the ring. She's fun, and I really like her gimmick.
Me too. I like her gimmick as well. I really like the fact that Michin does the Styles Clash. She did the Styles Clash.
I was not expecting her to do that, considering she's been away from the OC and Styles. Because you have the OC. They made an appearance on SmackDown with Styles. I think it was last week, but they're on SmackDown. And then most of the time they're in NXT.
So Chelsea Green got a great pop. I wouldn't mind if she wins Money in the Bank. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if she wins either. I know some people are rooting for Tiffany.
Me too. I'm one of them.
We don't know what's going to happen next week because it's Jade Cargill versus Tiffany versus Blair Davenport. I could see either Jade or Tiffany qualifying.
Well, Bianca lost tonight. Jade's not going to be winning next week.
I don't know. We have to wait and see. So
it's Tiffy time next week. It's Tiffy time.
I wouldn't mind. Okay, I'll put it this way. I wouldn't mind Jade Cargill winning. I wouldn't mind Chelsea Green winning. I wouldn't mind Tiffany Stratton winning. Okay? Those are my top 3 picks to win. Well, if Jade Cargill's not in, then it comes down to Chelsea and Tiffany.
And the only reason why they gave Chelsea the win tonight is because Money in the Bank is going to be in her home country. She's Canadian.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why she won it.
Could be one of the reasons.
And also, I saw her on Instagram. Her husband, Matt Cardona, was sitting ringside and snapped a video of her winning the match.
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Tiffany with the pink briefcase would be interesting. That would be interesting with the pink briefcase. We haven't had customizable briefcases in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chelsea Green stole this from Bianca Belair. She pretty much finished off Michin.
To me, she's always going to be Mia Yim. I don't like that name, Michin.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped calling her Mia Yim.
She'll always be Mia Yim to me.
Same. All right, we got Bayley and Blair Davenport. And basically, she tells Bayley that she's going to beat Naomi. She's looking forward to beating Naomi in a qualifying match. And then when she becomes Miss Money in the Bank, she's looking forward to cashing in on Bayley. Now, we haven't really seen much of Blair Davenport on SmackDown.
She's like there, in my opinion.
She's just there?
Mm-hmm. And she hasn't really done nothing.
Yeah, she's just been kind of there. Now we get the first solo Sikoa segment of the night. And actually, funny thing is, the sound got cut off. I thought it was my system. I was like, what the hell happened? But later commentary acknowledged that the system, like the sound, like messed up and stuff. Because we couldn't hear what Solo Sikoa was telling Paul Heyman. But he basically had told him to make sure Kevin Owens and Randy Orton don't qualify for Money in the Bank. Like, poor Paul Heyman. He looks terrified.
It was so fun. It was so funny at the end of the show where he was outside the ring and you saw all the bloodline like that. He's like, what the hell is going on?
He's being held hostage. He should blink twice if he feels like his life is in danger.
And he doesn't have Punk to, he didn't have Punk to save him.
Yeah. So we get a Grayson Waller interview / segment. And basically, like, he gives a shout out to his tag team partner, Austin Theory, who was not there, which he blames DIY for. Now, I didn't see your SmackDown last week because I was watching TNA Against All Odds. But apparently, Grayson Waller sacrificed Austin Theory for his own well-being, so it seems like they're going to break up A-Town Down Under with, it seems like Grayson Waller is going to be the heel and Austin Theory is going to be the face.
That's where they're headed.
Yeah, so I feel like they might have a feud. They're probably going to split after they drop those tag titles to DIY.
Yeah, I think Gargano and Ciampa are going to be the new tag team champions.
Oh, definitely.
Which they deserve.
Yeah, I agree. And then after this, that's when we get the Drew McIntyre segment, but we already talked about that. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is the men's Money in the Bank qualifier. It's Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes versus Tama Tonga. That was interesting pairing that Tama Tonga and Carmelo Hayes were briefly working together during this match to take out Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, Tonga Loa comes out. Kevin Owens comes out. So I really do think they're setting up for that 6-man tag match.
Yeah. Little seeds are being planted for that.
That's for sure. Carmelo Hayes is victorious after he pins Randy Orton. And honestly, I'm not shocked by the outcome. I didn't think Tama Tonga was winning. I felt like based on the storyline, I didn't think Randy Orton was going to win either.
I knew that Carmelo Hayes, was going to win. The right guy won the match.
I agree.
And this is his first. It's going to be his first Money in the Bank match.
Mm-hmm. So next we get LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was kind of an odd little segment because he was calling out Logan Paul, but he didn't say he got Santos Escobar. And we actually find out that it's going to be LA Knight. Yeah. Versus Santos Escobar versus Logan Paul for next week for the qualifying match, which I found interesting because I feel like not that that's a how can I say this? I feel like it's kind of a throwaway of a qualifying match because they feel like that kind of makes it obvious that Santos Escobar is gonna win here.
My pick is I'm not going with Escobar.
Who are you going with?
I'm going with LA Knight. See, this
is Knight.
Yeah. This is my prediction. I think that Knight is going to win next week. He's going to qualify for Money in the Bank. Goes into Money in the Bank. Wins the briefcase. Wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. Cashes the briefcase in at SummerSlam. And then we have Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship. And LA Knight wins the United States Championship at SummerSlam.
Io says Santos might advance because Knight and Paul can't stand each other. Why are you going to have LA Knight? Yeah, cash in on the U.S. title, though.
Because I see, since Logan Paul might have a match maybe at SummerSlam, and, if he loses the match, then LA Knight comes out and cashes in the briefcase and then, get the match and then he wins the title.
I feel like if LA Knight, does qualify, I feel like maybe there's a possibility Logan Paul might cost him the briefcase. I could see a spot where if LA Knight, does qualify, he's climbing and then Logan Paul just pushes a ladder or something.
Logan Paul really needs to drop the title. He really does. He's only a part-timer. The title needs to be on a full-time talent.
I really did like the little interaction between Santos Escobar and LA Knight. I think they're saving it for SummerSlam because Paul's hometown is Cleveland. That's true, but this is hometown cheer him because he doesn't even live in Cleveland. He lives in Puerto Rico, I think.
Yeah.
So
you could tell by the house from last week, where you had LA Knight in his pool, in Logan Paul's pool, just hanging out there.
Logan Paul feels Logan defense title less than Roman did, it feels like. We have to wait and see what happens. That Money in the Bank qualifying match next week is going to be interesting for sure. Io says, they'll boo him in Cleveland. Hometown or not overnight. That's true. I could see that happening.
He needs to lose it. He needs to lose the title.
I feel like LA Knight, would be the perfect person for him to lose the title too, but we have to wait and see what happens, how they play it out.
And this is what they were set up for. I called this, a couple of months back that Knight's next feud should be with Logan Paul for the United States Championship.
I thought it seemed like he was going to start feuding with, like, have a mini feud with Carmelo Hayes and then moving to Logan Paul.
Yeah, I thought that as well, but this is the right way to go for Knight.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so then we get the second Money in the Bank qualifying match. It's Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller versus Andrade. Now, Kevin Owens gets attacked by Tama, Tonga, and Tama. Again, Randy Orton comes out to help him, so more seeds being planted of that 6-man tag match player.
I feel like it's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
The typical rinse and repeat. Typical WWE 101 for you all.
But Andrade wins this qualifying match. I'm good. I'm happy for Andrade. I like Andrade, so I was pulling for him to win. I didn't think Kevin Owens would win, and I didn't think Grayson Waller would win. I will say I did like the fact that Grayson Waller gave a shout out to Austin Theory, who's like A-Town down under.
Yeah, I thought this was good for Andrade to win this. Andrade needed this win, so I'm really happy that they went with him. He deserves to be in Money in the Bank.
So we get a quick Michin backstage segment, and basically, like, Tiffany, like, it's basically like dissing her, saying that she couldn't win her qualifying match, but she's gonna win. She tries to slap her, but Michin stops her. But Nia Jax attacks Michin, which is interesting because remember Tiffany asked Nia to kind of like have an alliance sort of thing, the queen and the princess.
Why? That's all I gotta say.
Because she probably wants to win that Money in the Bank briefcase.
I know. I'm like, really? Why is Nia Jax involved in all of this? And I feel like she's being a lapdog for Tiffany Stratton.
It's just nice to see Andrade get the opportunity. I feel like he hasn't got too many good opportunities so far since his return. That's true. The alliance could work, but both have their own egos. That's true, but to both. Andrade hasn't had too many opportunities since he came. He was at WrestleMania, but he hasn't done much since then.
He's been off TV since.
Yeah, he's been off TV. And the alliance between Nia Jax and Tiffany, I don't see it lasting too long.
No.
It's definitely temporary.
Terrible alliance.
And then the last thing we're going to talk about is that Sikoa segment, the one before the main event, which we were talking about the main event. He basically tells Paul Heyman that Roman Reigns isn't coming back, and Paul Heyman pops to him, had like tears in his eyes.
He also had tears when he came in the ring and hugged Punk.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, props to him for being able to make himself cry on cue.
It's an emotional night for Paul Heyman.
Yeah, poor Paul Heyman, man. He's going to come out of this traumatized.
But yeah, Sikoa saying, "Oh, Roman's not coming back." Of course he is.
Yeah, he's
going to come back at He's going to come back at SummerSlam.
You
before
think
SummerSlam, maybe? Yeah.
For sure, he has to come back before Survivor Series.
Yeah, because then that's going to set up the old bloodline versus the new bloodline.
Yeah.
That's your War Games match for this year.
For the men's, yeah, that's your War Games match. For the women's, I guess it's kind of too soon to tell what it is.
Yeah. We probably won't know that until maybe around maybe August.
I also say SummerSlam for sure. Yeah. I see SummerSlam would be the good time for Roman to come back.
Yeah, to come back at the biggest party of the summer.
But the question then is, when are Jimmy and Jay gonna reunite?
I would say probably before SummerSlam.
I could see that happening because I feel like Jimmy and Jay reuniting has to happen before Roman comes back, because you can't have both things happen at once because one is going to overshadow the other.
Yeah, I mean, and look at how over Jay is now.
Exactly.
He's over as crazy, and that's yeet.
I haven't heard any reports on Jimmy. He's injured, no?
I think he's injured. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably waiting for Jimmy to come back.
I think so.
Before bringing back Roman, probably. Because to me, it would make more sense to unite Jimmy and Jay first. Because when they get beat down by the Bloodline, then you have Roman come out, you know?
That'll lay the biggest pop ever from the crowd there.
Yeah.
That place is going to go electric.
Yes. Let me see. I think we'll see the seeds when the Bloodline gets involved in Jay's business. Maybe at Money in the Bank. Oh, okay. I could see that happening. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it for this review. On a scale from a 1 to a Shawn Spears perfect 10, what would you rank tonight's SmackDown?
This show to me was a 8 out of 10 for me. I thought this was a very good show. This was a lot better than the SmackDowns that we've been getting for weeks. And it outright delivered tonight. You got Jacob Fatu debuting, which was awesome. He's definitely going to shine on the main roster on SmackDown here. Hopefully, WWE lets him do what he wants to do and let him have full control of himself. Drew McIntyre attacking CM Punk, I thought that was very good. In this whole feud between them, leading up to their match. Probably at SummerSlam, so it's going to be a long, build until we get to SummerSlam with them. And overall, what else more can I say about SmackDown tonight? Overall, it was a good show.
I agree. I thought it was a really great show. I feel like we got a lot of stuff. But I feel like if you take out Drew McIntyre beating up CM Punk and you take out Jacob Fatu's debut, I kind of feel like it would have just been a typical SmackDown, you know?
Yeah.
So for that, I'm going to be generous and give it an 8, but really this should be like a 7, 6.5, because don't get me, great wrestling, but I just feel like the biggest things that happened on tonight's show were Drew McIntyre beating up CM Punk and Jacob Fatu debuting.
Yeah, if that wasn't on the show tonight, this show would have been maybe a 5 or a 6 for me.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 because I think it was a great show. I think those added to the show.
I agree.
All right, so as we get ready to wrap up, where can people find you?
Well, you guys could find me at my channel here, Michael101591. I do Raw, SmackDown reviews, AEW Dynamite reviews. I do movie reviews, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates, and my movie reviews. And I upload from time to time old school commercials. So hop on over to my channel, give me a subscribe, and check out the good content that I pump out for you guys. I also do live videos, live streams as well. The Tilla, of course, pops up on my streams from time to time, where we do our predictions, or if I want to do wrestling news videos, live. The Tilla's there. So check out my channel, subscribe.
Yeah, check out his channel. He produces some really cool content. As for yours truly, you can follow me on Twitter @Tilla_. I talk all things wrestling, AEW, WWE, TNA. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, occasional Saturdays, occasional Sundays. For all things TNA, you can check me out on Body Slam every Thursday as me and my co-host Bert talk TNA. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys Monday after Raw. Bye.
Bye.